Okay, welcome back, folks. Welcome, everyone. Follow Shelter. What's this, episode 4 with us now? I think 4 or 5?
Yeah, I think so.
It's no longer the 4 horsemen of the day trading apocalypse. Fired Jackson. We kicked him to the curb. Jackson is he's traveling today. He's heading out back to Colorado. He's going to go do some visiting, so he'll be back next week. So today we want to discuss, and it's pretty funny. We're going to be talking about Apple, not just Apple. We're going to be talking about these massive companies, but I kind of have a feeling from the pre-conversation, it's just going to turn into an Apple fanboy fuckfest, is what it's going to. Apple is the most valuable company on the planet right now. And you can ask yourself, why? How are they a $2.1 trillion market cap, 2.1 or 2.2?
Something like that.
You can ask yourself, like, why? How? There's what do you mean $2 trillion? Like, $1 trillion, like $1 trillion is 1,000 billions. Like, yeah, that's fucking insane, man, right?
A lot of money.
It's a lot of money, like a lot of money. And that's 2. And when it's 2.1 or 2.2, that 1 is $100 billion. Like, so when you say like 2.1, it's like, oh, 0.1. Like, no. That's 100 billion extra dollars. it's an insane.
How much a billion is? You have 100 of those.
Exactly. Like, and that's just the point, point 1. But it's like, that's 1,000 billions.
I tell you what, man, if you guys haven't, and if anybody out there listening hasn't, you guys need to read the Steve Jobs autobiography. Well, it's not an autobiography. It's a biography done by one of his close friends. It's a long book, but man, what a great read. And you really get into the mind of him and what he accomplished and the foresight he had is unbelievable.
I watched the movie the other day, I guess based off of that. It was really fucking good. Really good.
Yeah, I mean, that book is amazing, and it walks you through how he started Apple, how he got fired, how he started that Next computer, and then he started Pixar, and he went against the grain the whole way. Everybody was fighting him the whole way, and he said, no, I'm going to do it, and he did it. And it's pretty amazing. And a lot of people don't know that Microsoft is what saved Apple. Microsoft invested in Apple when they were going bankrupt.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. How so?
Yeah, that's what saved Apple. But
details on that? Like,
yeah, it's in the book. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and man, what a great read, and what an amazing person he was, and where he took us. You know what I mean? It's pretty amazing.
Do you know the name of the book?
I gotta look. I have it on my Kindle. I'll DM it to you. Let me look it up while you guys.
Is it what's called Steve Jobs?
I think so. I'll look it up here.
Okay, cool. You know, it's
I know the movie's Jobs, but the book I don't know.
With what's his name? Kushner.
Yeah, that was all right.
Is that the movie you're talking about, Ed?
No, this was a different one with a different guy now.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, I thought the acting was a lot better, and I think they got the details a little bit more better. Shit, what's his name? Seth Green from The Hangover, not The Hangover, like the movie Knocked Up. He played. Is it Seth Green? The guy that played in Knocked Up. Seth Rogen. He played Steve Wozniak.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How the fuck do I not know this? That's weird. I don't know the movie you're talking about. I only know about the one with Anton. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank here. Kushner there.
Yeah, I didn't care to watch that one. I didn't see it, so
yeah,
it was okay. Yeah, it was all right. That book's it's just called Steve Jobs.
Okay, I thought so. I think it's this one here. Here, hold on.
It's just a picture of him with holding his chin like that famous picture he's got.
Yeah, it's this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's just called Steve Jobs.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, there's a shitload of books on him. Yeah. You know, it's funny that, you mentioned, Tino, that he went against the grain the entire time and people fought him. When you do something different and no, I'm not trying to put us on that type of pedestal, but I'll tell you what, when you go against the grain and you do things differently, you get resistance the entire time. Number one, people don't get it, because the majority, they just want the same shit over and over again repackaged, right? And when you do things differently, you do get resistance. And it takes a certain type of person to be able to push through that resistance, shake off the fucking naysayers, because there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of naysayers. Like I said, there's just going to be a lot of resistance. And this would have been about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. I put out a tweet that, something to the effect of, Steve Jobs, how everybody praises him, but if people actually met him, they would fucking hate him. But they kind of took it the wrong way. He was a fucking asshole. The guy was a tyrant, right? Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you what, when you're in a position like that, when you have a vision, you need things done a certain way. I can totally relate to that. And if someone's not on board with that vision, get the fuck out of the way, because they will hold you back. And that's what I'm always talking about when I'm saying about getting selfish. You have to get selfish in order to do this. Like, we could throw this back and put it into relation to day trading and becoming a trader. You got to get fucking selfish, man. It's not going to be pretty the entire way. Like, I see people, members or former members, they'll talk about, well, my wife or my girlfriend doesn't want me to do this. It's like, fuck, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, grow a set of nuts, or fucking leave them, or do whatever you got to do.
I can't care about what people say. And I bet you everybody out there that day trades right now they don't want to mention what they do for a living to their friends or family. Because what's the normal comeback? Well, what is that, gambling? Or so what else do you do? Like,
exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you have to be willing to fight that fight. I mean,
100%.
Yeah, it's a full-time job, and
I left my fucking wife to do this.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting any support, and I'm not recommending anyone do that or telling anyone to do that, but that's what I had to fucking do.
But anytime you do something different, like you said, there's going to be a lot of resistance. People don't like change. They like to stay in their comfort zone. So when you say, and I think a lot of it has to do with jealousy, when you say, yeah, I day trade, people want to take you down because they're kind of jealous, because there's a lot of people are stuck in a job they don't like. And now here you are working at home remotely.
Yep.
You can go anywhere and do this.
Yep.
And I think a lot of jealousy comes up, and I think a lot of people get mad and they try and take you down, because nobody likes to see somebody succeed. They don't.
No, fuck no, man. People don't. They may say that they do. Very few of us actually do feel an actual legitimate amount of pride or happiness for people that are doing well. I want to see people exceed in whatever they're doing. That's what I want to see. And a lot of people don't. A lot of it is just like, oh yeah, fucking good job, man. And they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. Secretly, they want you to fail. I see it, and I'll be honest with you, to get a little candid here, I see it in the room from time to time. If I've had a good day, do you know how many people, if I've had a really good day, I'll get a fucking email or a message saying I'm bragging, or you can tone it down a bit. It's like, whoa, man, I just made a year's wages in a day. That's a big deal. I've got a blue collar fucking background. And I'll tell you what, when you make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, 200, $500,000 in a day, and yeah, that's no joke. It did happen, motherfuckers.
I was there.
Yep, exactly.
You called me.
Yeah, exactly.
You called me and said, am I looking at these zeros right?
Yeah.
I think I'm counting these zeros wrong.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on when Trump tweeted.
I said, get out of that position right now. Because you're like, what should I do? I go, get out of that
I
position.
didn't know. That's the first time in my career I didn't know what to do on that.
Oh, you were in such a panic, man.
Yeah.
You know what to do, man. When you turn on your phone after, having a really average day and then getting into positions, setting a hard stop, and then just going about your day, I went downtown Edmonton and I was getting Liam into photography. So we went out downtown, we took some pictures, get back in the truck. And I'm like, oh shit, that's right. I'm in positions right now. So pulled out my phone, take a look. And I'm like, and I bet you I stared at that for about 20 seconds trying to make sense of it. That's how much it took me off guard. When each one of the positions that you're in is over $100,000 to the green.
Yeah.
Man, like I've had, you know, big trades, not like that, man. That's unworldly shit. It takes you off guard. I don't care how long you've been doing this for. Anyone that says differently, they weren't in that position legitimately then.
Yeah.
100%. I phoned Tino because it was still crashing, right? Looked at the news. Trump had tweeted something. It's like, fuck, man, the market's like tanking hard.
Yeah.
And I was in the whole way, right from the literal dead nuts top. Rode it all the way fucking down, man. In 3 positions, all with about 100 contracts of each. The full fucking way down. Each one of those positions at a minimum was 100K. So I locked in about 600K that day, just a little bit under 600K. And the one, now I shouldn't really care, but a side note, the one regret that I have is I don't think you can do it anymore, but there's a setting on DOS, right? Where you can have where it rounds off your P&L. Because I have interactive brokers. I really don't, that P&L that reads on DOS is a guideline. It's fine, right? So I just have it set to round it off. So when I shared it with a few, I didn't post it. I didn't post that P&L. That doesn't need to be posted, right? When you're making that type of money, it shouldn't be posted because it gives people the wrong idea about day trading. And they're going to go for these big trades. And I think that that's the wrong way of doing it. That's why I don't like when people post their P&L. It's flashy. It's bullshit. It's not the reality of it. Anyways, I digress. So I had it set to round it off P&L. Well, I shared it with a few people that I trusted. And I shared it with one person, actually with 2 people that I shouldn't have. So we had a falling out and one of the 2 sent it off to fucking Guru Leaks. And because it was rounded P&L, it was bullshit. And it's like, and even when you explain it, like I talked to, because Mike Smith asked me about it. That's one thing I'll give Mike Smith. Although we started off really rough, and you can watch old Fallout Shelter podcasts. We were both not very nice to each other, but since we've, actually become pretty decent friends on Twitter, right? I like the guy. I think he's a decent guy. So he hit me up and he asked me about that. So I talked to him and I said, look, it's a rounding option. You just round your P&L. Because at first he asked, is it because it's options or what? Right? He was trying to understand. So I told him, I go, no, you can round your P&L. So then I took a screenshot of the back end of DOS where my day P&L that day read, let's say, $20,000 even. So then I went to the back end and I screenshot what the actual value is of all those positions. Then it shows the actual value. So then he's like, oh, okay, I see. Because a lot of people don't know that you can round off your P&L, right? So that, I know we kind of fucking went on a really weird path there, but that's the one thing that I wish that when I did screenshot that P&L, that it wouldn't have been, I would have taken that setting off of rounding. So it showed the actual like dead nuts, what those positions were worth.
Right.
But anyways, I'll tell you though, man, like being in those, and I shorted Apple that day too. I was in Apple, MU, and SPY. And like I said, that's the first time in my career I didn't know what the fuck to do. So I called Tino and, I'm just like, fuck, man, like, holy fuck, like, this is insane. And then I'm like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. And then Tino's like, well, fucking sell it. So I'm like, and then finally I snapped out of it and I sold it. I started edging down the positions and peeling off, and locked in just under 600K on that day. And
That's crazy.
it's completely possible, guys. Right? So, and I wasn't expecting anything because I made a little bit of fucking money in the morning. It was a pretty choppy morning, and took some losses, not anything big, little red trades here and there. And then it was really basing up top, up at highs. And I'm like, man, that's like, it was right at a level too. So took those positions. Fuck, I'll set a hard stop and whatever happens, happens. Real tight stop. It was a tight stop. Would have been a red day. Maybe would have lost like, I don't know, a few K or something like that if I got stopped out on all three positions. And no, fucking rode it all the way down. Yeah, first time I didn't know what the hell to do, man. I don't know why we started this conversation. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't think it matters.
I don't remember.
But, it's, like I said, I don't know why the fuck we started that. But anyway, that was the story. So you can take it for whatever it is. I think it's just naysayers, like, just in general, people, when you do things differently or, that's what it was. Because people don't want to see you succeed.
Yeah, right.
But,
right.
They don't want to believe that it's doable. Hey, bottom line, guys, 10% of traders make it, right? So when you find a guy that can actually legitimately show you how to do it, maybe hold on to him. Don't be a fucking asshole. Keep your mouth shut and just do what you're told, and it'll work out and you'll be successful, right? It's funny. We've got, speaking of that, so remember that fucking Chris guy, that Chris Carney or whatever his name is, former member. This guy's fucking real fucking jerk off. So he had a flap on him. So I booted him out of the room. Hey, Chris. So booted him out of the fucking room. He started up a bunch of like fake accounts and like started trolling us. Wrote a bunch of fucking bullshit reviews on Trustpilot. Like just being a real asshole. And he's like super new to trading. Like the questions he was asking, he was very new. I tried being patient with him at the beginning, and then he got super entitled. What we were talking about in just one of the last episodes of Fallout Shelter. Got super entitled. And then I'm like, fuck this guy, man. So I booted him. And so what did we notice there about, I don't know, a few weeks ago, after writing all that horrible shit about how horrible I am and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, just getting vicious, right? Oh, he bought Boss Carbon. So there we go. So me and Tino had a chuckle about that. It's like he writes a bunch of like brutal shit and then he still comes back, right? So just get a fucking email from him yesterday or the day before. He wants back in.
Well, no way.
Yeah. Like, Chris, I can tell you right now, bud, ain't gonna happen. You get one shot with me. And if you're that much of a fucking asshole, like leaving like that, like it ain't gonna happen. So, it's just a word to the wise, don't be a fucking asshole, because some people are not gonna give you a second chance no matter what. You could pay me $1 million and it won't fucking happen, man.
The fact that somebody takes the time to create fake accounts and takes the time to write reviews. I mean, you got nothing better to do. Like
that's the thing. It wasn't just one or two. This went on for like fucking weeks, man, with this guy. Yeah, weeks.
And this was before the whole COVID thing started, where people were working and didn't have the time. And he was still making time to do that.
Exactly.
Like, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, insane. Yeah. And then, he hits me up in a DM. I can pull up the fucking DM. Or the Jackson screenshot of the email. And it's like, I'm sorry, Pat. And he apologized. And I understand. I get that. And I can appreciate an apology. I understand if someone admits that they're wrong. I can respect that. But you ain't coming back in. And that happens all the time. You get people that do fucking horrible shit because they're new. Their ego's through the roof because they've had a few good trades. Or they just simply think they're smarter than you. And then months later or a year later, I always get the email. Or I always get the Twitter DM. It's like, Pat, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Can I come back? No, you can't. Not when you leave like that. It ain't going to happen. Because the level of like disrespect and just childish nonsense, I don't have time for that, man.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like
too working class.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you ever notice anybody that has to lay out their credentials without being asked for them? You know, something's up. Like they're trying to be the smartest guy in the room. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man.
You know,
absolutely.
I can't stand that. You know, and it used to happen when I was bartending in the nightclubs, you know, you'd have these people come in, these guys on a regular basis, they would come in and just start throwing hundreds at everybody. You come up and get a drink, he'd throw me 100. Hey, keep it. Okay, cool. You know, he wants to be the big shot, right? Like everybody else in Vegas. Yeah. And I said, man, every time some guy does that, there's something going on there. There's something not right. Sure enough, every single guy I knew that did that, they either got busted or arrested for some kind of business deal gone bad, like they were extorting money, like they had all this, they were stealing the money basically and coming into Vegas.
Well, it's fast money, right?
Yeah, and
they're throwing money around like that. Yeah,
they don't know how to handle it. They're trying to buy their acceptance. You know,
absolutely.
That's all they're doing. So anytime I see guys throwing money around, like it's the guys that don't talk about money.
Yeah,
that have it. Yeah, and the guys that would never guess.
When you got guys that are fucking. Like with the Lamborghinis, like the typical day trading fucking bullshit, like the Lamborghinis, the mansions, like get the fuck out of here. It's all rented, man. Look at Dan, yeah. Look at him. He just got fucking pinched that it's all fucking rented. It's all rented.
Oh, did he? Yeah,
man. I don't know the whole story. You guys can check it out if you're really interested. I'm not overly interested. It's just something that I saw flipping through social. And yeah, I guess he got pinched. It's all fucking rented. And it's like, that's cool. Like, if you rent something, just say it's rented. It's fine. Yeah, right. You know, like, if you don't own it, you don't own it. That's fine. If you want to rent it. All good. But don't pretend that it's yours. Like everything I have, I fucking own. That's it, right? That's how I roll. And that's how I've always rolled. If I can't pay for it cash, I don't fucking want it, man. I don't want to owe anybody anything. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Had to plug in the laptop here. I'll finish my thought. So, you know, with Dan Blazarian and people like that, you know, throw around money that they don't have, or they pretend, or that comes off like they're just fucking loaded. Those are generally, like Tino says, those are generally the ones that fucking don't have a goddamn dime. My uncle Jim, has lost more money burying it than most people make in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay? The guy's got more money than fucking God. And I'll tell you what. He looks like he literally just rolled out of a fucking ditch. Yeah. He's always got fucking dirty jeans on. He's got some ripped up fucking lumberjack jacket. You would never know, man. You would never know. And, you know, people that go around just kind of fucking throwing money around, you know, like Tino says, like the guy at the bar throwing down hundreds. It's because they made fucking, oh, that was a bird that just like smacked. What's that? But, you know, those are the ones that, you know, they don't have it. You know, coming into, I'll do a screen share here. So these are the Dan Blazarian, right? All of this, like Instagram, got caught faking everything. Entire life was a lie. You know, having a bad year, down 50 million. I don't know. You'd have to watch the videos because I mean, I don't fucking know, but that's kind of what I've been hearing is the guy's fucking broke. Right? It's all lies. It's all bullshit. I don't understand that, you know? And the funny thing is, you know, like, dude, you're setting yourself up. The majority of people that follow you or watch you, they're just waiting for you to fail. So why give them that ammo, man?
Yeah, right.
You know, you don't have to be the big shot. You don't have to be this fucking playboy. Like, just do your fucking thing. Do your thing and fuck everyone else. Like, just do your thing, live your life. Like that. I think it was the last Fallout Shelter episode. No, the one before that. We got a message saying that, no offense, but this Pat guy looks like he's working class. What the fuck does that mean, man? What does that mean? Like, what did you just say? Like, you just outed yourself as a complete and total fucktard.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
I'm worth why? Because I've got fucking tattoos? Hey,
Yeah.
man, I'll tell you what. I would sooner listen to a guy that's a self-made millionaire that figured shit out on his own, didn't get any help from mommy or daddy, came from nothing, was a blue-collar welder that within a short period of time completely turned his life around and, like I said, became a self-made millionaire. You know, starting with basically $30 and building that to $1 million in 365 days is pretty fucking outstanding, man. Yeah. And people can take that info for however they want. I don't give a shit. The fact is, what I just said is true. That's fact. So why wouldn't you want to listen to someone like that had no edge, none edge, no edge?
It was like that tweet. I can't like learn anything or trust a guy with tattoos. It's like, what the fuck are you? Like, wow. What the fuck?
It's like, what kind of thinking is that? And I bet you, I would wager dollars to donuts that motherfucker considers himself or herself a good Christian. I'm willing to bet, man, $1 million. I get fucking emails and messages like that all the time. It's like because of tattoos or you swear. It's like your information's good, but you know, you use a lot of bad language. Fuck, what did you just say? Like, how old are you? That's ridiculous. It's not
the whole cursing thing, especially on TV when they beep it. Listen, everybody talks like that. You know what I mean? Like everybody uses
before. Exactly, Tino. And I've said this before. The people that are like that get all stuffy about the language that somebody uses.
Yeah.
They have never risen above mid-level management.
Yeah.
As they are used to working with HR departments and this and that.
Yeah.
The higher level executives, and if you don't believe me, go walk into a fucking legitimate boardroom full of people that are the millionaires, the billionaires. If you think they don't talk like me, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely do. Now, love them or hate them, look at a guy like Trump. The thing is, that's how they that's how they talk, right? Yeah. Like, he's just showing you, he's pulling the curtains back. And like I said, love them or hate them, it's not a good thing, it's not a bad thing. It's just that's how they talk. People that don't have anything to hide, talk like me. I got nothing to fucking hide. I don't care. Either you like me or you don't. It doesn't matter to me. It's no sweat off my sack, man. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, that's that I don't give a fuck level. Like, you get to that point, like, you don't give a fuck. Like,
no, well, that's just it. It's like, here's the thing. You know, why wouldn't you, if you have to wear a suit, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Straight up, you're doing it wrong. I can get by and do my thing by wearing board shorts, flip-flops. Sometimes I throw a fucking shirt on.
Thong, maybe?
I don't.
Thong?
You know, what's that?
I sit around in my thong.
Yeah. I just sit around in my thong, man. Fuck yeah.
Just show up at the next meeting in a cock sock.
But that, you know, like, to speak seriously for a minute, like, that's what it is, though. If those are the people you should be seeking out and searching out, the ones that don't have to wear a suit. If you have to throw on a suit and or dress up, you're fucking doing it wrong, man. You're listening to the wrong guys. It's the ones that can get away with wearing fucking sweatpants or shorts and a cut-off t-shirt. Those are the ones you want to listen to, man. Well, you don't have to answer to anyone.
Look at Steve Jobs. He never worked. He always wore that fucking t-shirt, that turtleneck, and jeans. That's all he refused to wear a fucking suit. Like,
yeah, man. Why the fuck would you want to wear a suit?
CEO of a $1 trillion corporation.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't, you know, obviously.
No, but I know what you mean. Like, a big deal organization, man. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. The guy wore a fucking black turtleneck and jeans all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to wear a suit, all the power to you. But it's that choice. If you have the choice, then you're doing it right. If you don't have a choice, I'm not saying you're doing it wrong. I'm just saying that don't dismiss people because of the way they look, because a lot of people fly under the radar, man. Right?
Yeah.
Like I said, with my uncle Jim, you would never know. You would literally be like, man, should I give that fucking guy a sandwich or something? Like, he doesn't look too good. I'm serious. He looks like a total bum.
Yeah.
And like I said, he's lost more money forgetting where he fucking buried it than, because he doesn't fucking do the whole bank thing. The guy's a fucking outlaw. The guy's a rebel. But regardless, he's got more money than most people would ever dream of having. And you would never know, man. You would never know.
I'm bringing my shovel to Canada.
Good luck, because it's in the Northwest Territories, man. You could literally, for those people that have never been up there, which most people listening haven't, you could walk into the bush right off of the highway or a road, go 10 feet into the forest, it's bush, spin yourself around till you're dizzy. There's probably pretty good odds you're going to get lost and never find your way out. That's how thick it is there. That's some serious fucking bush up there, man. Like, that's like 70s bush. Fucking hairy. Fucking hairy. But yeah, it's, just comments like that, and then people say, well, why do you get bent out of shape, or just shake it off? It's like, no. You're not understanding. I don't give a fuck that person says that. I find it fascinating that people out there actually exist like that. You're telling me that you're real? You're a real person? Like, how the fuck do you get by with thoughts like that? That's so crazy. That's backwards. Like, that's some crazy, like, to me, that's like hillbilly shit. Like, and I'm the fucking hillbilly? Yeah, okay. Fuck, man. But to come back to what we originally were talking about with Apple and Apple products, I'm telling you, man. So Chrissy just picked up a bunch of stuff. She went shopping in San Jose, not California, Costa Rica. And she picked up new iPhones, new Apple Watches. And then she picked me up a couple of other things. And like the Magic Trackpad, I don't need it. She didn't realize that the MacBook 16 already has a badass trackpad on it. You don't need this, but it's still cool. Anyways, so she picked up a couple of, because she bought a new MacBook Pro as well. But this Magic Mouse, grossly overpriced. Would I recommend it? No. But I'll tell you what, the little meeting talk that we were having, I was talking to the guys here about the click of this thing. I'd be willing to bet they spent millions of man hours, or not man hours, but money, with investing in the sound and the feel and the tone and the pitch of that click.
Yeah.
If you guys, now, if you've never tried one, that next time you're in like a Best Buy or Apple store, if they have one of these on display and it's a proper working model, go up to it and click the fucking thing. So then you'll know what I'm talking about. It is perfect.
Right.
And that's what I'm getting at with Apple and Apple products. They put so much time into the details that it's mind-blowing. Ed, what were you talking about with the packaging?
So I'll talk about that, and I just remembered another one with
Sure. Yeah.
Details. So the box that the iPhone comes in. So I remember I went to a training seminar a couple years ago. I think it was when the iPhone 6 came out, and it's been years, so the stats will be a little off, but they spent, I think it was close to $1 million, could be more, and they had a team of fucking people designing the box just for the phone, just the fucking box, right? 6 figures to design a box. And in the perfect temperature, the perfect humidity, you know, basically Cupertino, if you lifted the box and suspended it in the air, you know, it doesn't have to be a foot in the air, and let gravity take its course, I think it's timed to 5 or 7 seconds, and it's supposed to give that slow reveal to build up that anticipation of your new shiny. And then the way the phone is displayed in the box, it's the way it's wrapped, it kind of, you know, it's supposed to give you that, you know, and like if you took the top of the box, made it the bottom, and then cradled, if you left the phone in the box, it'll go in, it'll stick into the top of the box and emulate kind of like a box of a ring, to where you open it.
Yeah.
It's designed, you know, it's showing off your new beautiful, you know, iPhone. And they spent, like I said, 6 figures and a team of fucking people to design just the box.
Yeah.
And
Unbelievable.
like when they rolled out iMessage, right, years ago.
Yeah.
They spent, I don't know, I forget how much money they spent, but they had a team of people doing that for the software. Just the color blue, the blue iMessage bubbles. They had a fucking team and spent God knows how much money testing and researching to get that specific blue that each iMessage bubble is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That it's unbelievable. You know,
That's why they're where they're at. You know what I mean?
Completely. And people can laugh at that and they can snicker at that, but at the end of the day, they understand that the devil is in the details.
Yeah. You know, I'm not an Apple user. I don't have Apple products, but I know that if I were to get it, that it would be a well-built product. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not a fan and I don't use it, it's like going to a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Want to buy a Lamborghini or
it is,
Rolls-Royce.
like,
you know?
it really is, man. Like,
my hat's off to them for being able to do it. Like embedding that idea into everybody's mind that when you buy an Apple product, you know you're getting a well-built product. Now, I'm sure there's probably some Apple users out there that have had some bad, you know, maybe some buggy products. And they're like, they suck. But I mean, you know, everybody, every company that happens. But yeah, I had an iPhone before. I used it once. It was okay. I wasn't a big fan. That's just me. But, you know, it was a well-built phone. You know what I mean? So
I was the exact same way. Like, way back when iPhone first came out and it's not a phone.
the
iPod.
yeah.
Jesus, I forgot what the fuck it was.
That was the coolest thing when it came out.
It absolutely was.
Roll wheel on it.
iPod, and then I had like the big thick one. And then when they kind of shrunk it down to like a phone looking one. And then I had the iPhone 1. I think I went up to iPhone 3, or at the iPhone 3, I said, fuck this, I'm out. Because I could see where they were headed. And I didn't want to be stuck. I had so much money invested in iTunes, like the music and shit, because you have to buy everything, or had to. I don't know how it is now. I haven't even really looked at it, to be honest. But so I was like, no, I like this. I could see where this ecosystem was going. And it's, once you get locked into that, you're fucked, right? And you're going to have to buy $1,500 phones and, you know, and all of them constantly upgrading and this and that. And I was like, nah, man, I want no part of that. Fuck that. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, they were good. They were really good. But I thought, like, you know, Android was starting to get their shit together. Samsung, especially, like Samsung products are fucking great, by the way. But so I switched to Android, and I was really pissed off when I did it because it was super hard to work the devices. I can't remember what phone I switched to, but it was really hard switching it over. So whatever. But after about a week, everything was fine. And then, you know, just recently buying this MacBook Pro just to do like video editing and stuff like that. They're nice and light. They're super powerful. I love it. They have come a long way. It's like I said, just everything about their products, the detail, the everything. They're beautiful products too. Like, I know this doesn't look like anything, but that's glass, right? Like, and it's just the weight of it is like fucking perfect. Like, you can just tell that they had a fucking team.
Oh yeah.
This. It's not just some product that they put out. Like, there was a team involved with this. And when you recognize that, you recognize the quality. And yes, you're going to pay for it. Would I recommend anyone buying this? No, fucking don't do it, guys. You don't need a fucking magic mouse.
Buy one tomorrow.
You know, like, but you know, if you're able to, go try it. Like, just click it. It's just worth that click. I'm telling you, it's perfect. And maybe you'll know what I'm talking about when you do it, but yeah, there, you know, these companies that do things differently, that are leaders, that, you know, help mold and shape society. I think that, you know, we're so used to it nowadays because, you know, of companies like Apple and that they can kind of slip under the radar too. Now, to go to the con side of things, and then we'll wrap this up. You know, this isn't new news, but with what Apple's doing is they want to have their own search engine, and they want to nose and push out Google. Now, if they do that, they basically hold Google's balls in their fucking hand. Absolutely. Because if they do push, and it's already starting, you have to kind of like move things around. And they did that with other apps as well. They just did that with Fortnite, and they like fucking destroyed them, man, because it's no longer available in their app store. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, that company has a lot of, like, Apple has a lot of power.
Yeah, well, they're segueing into their own chips too.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
you know, so it's going to be a complete closed door ecosystem. Yep. You're not going to have to go anywhere. It's going to be like, you know, you're going to stay on the Apple campus. You don't have to go anywhere to do whatever you want. You stay right there.
They were in those lawsuits with Samsung over the patents and shit, and for a period of time that Samsung was still making their chips, and then they said, boop, hold them. Hold them.
Absolutely.
They did it with Google years ago. When the 3GS, maybe the 4, the iPhones used to come preloaded with. It was an old school YouTube app, an old TV. And they yanked it.
They yanked it. Yep. And that's what I'm saying. Like, and Google's going to take a big hit from that, right? Because maybe you wouldn't have pulled up YouTube, but because it's on that phone, you might set up an account with it. And that's how they kind of build their base. Not everybody just instantly knows what YouTube is. Nowadays, yes, of course, 99% of people on this planet know what it is. But, you know, back a few years ago, if it's not on the phone, you're not going to have those people go out and seek it that don't know about it, let's say, right? So that's a lot of money out of their pocket. And with Apple developing this search engine and their chips and everything else, like, man, we're talking fucking billions, hundreds of billions of dollars in lost revenue for a lot of these companies. If not, because it's multiple companies, we're talking trillions, man. We're talking like fucking a lot of money here, man.
Google's essentially just an advertising company.
Tesla's doing it too. Tesla's, they're building their own batteries, and now they're going to start building. I've been reading where they're building their own chips too, their own processors. So, and they're building their own AI. So, I mean, there's another one. So
Tesla's just going to fucking take over everything.
Now look at Amazon. They're going to start building their own shipping infrastructure.
Absolutely, man. These companies
right now, whether you like it or not, it's happening. You know?
And I don't understand. Like, you know what's happening lately? Like, to talk about, it's kind of on the same page, but you know what's happening lately? So many people are taking their anger and frustration because they're fucking lazy and they can't get their own shit together. They take it out on people with money, like Eat the Rich.
Well, you know what?
off, man.
Amazon, Tesla, and Apple, all perfect examples of pure capitalism and democracy. I mean, somebody started Apple in a garage and they built it to where it is today. Look at Elon Musk. He built that first Roadster, I think, 15, 16 years ago. Look where he is now. He's got a fucking car floating out in space.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
yep.
he just built the company.
Look at Jeff Bezos.
You know?
Look at Jeff Bezos, Amazon. Like, man, the guy I remember when Amazon came out. And I mean, I was a kid back then, and I remember like fucking selling books. Like, what?
Yeah. You know?
Look at it now. Fucking massive. One of the largest companies.
People that hate him would love to be in their shoes, man. They do the exact same thing. They grow their company to as big as they could. You know what I mean?
Single-handedly is probably their main reason why the economy kept going during the whole fucking pandemic.
Absolutely, man. Yep. So for anyone that like bashes guys like Bezos or Musk, fuck off, man. Like, how can you not respect men like that?
Yeah.
Had vision and drive and like that. It's amazing.
Because
maybe you wouldn't like them personally, right? But who gives a shit? If you can't respect them for their business savvy.
Hey, you know what? And to just take a little detour here. Look what I mean. This isn't a sales call at all. But look what we're doing. You know, we're a day trading community. But now we're expanding we're branching out. We're doing different stuff. If you go to Tricktrades TV, you're going to see non-related trading stuff because it's about lifestyle, which nobody else is doing out there.
Nobody else is doing.
You know what I mean?
Not like this, not like real legitimate lifestyle, not the Lamborghinis, the boats and the bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, and it's not just that. Like, we have so much planned and we're always working on doing new things for our members and as well as the public too. You know, like, and I like I say all the time, I know how it looks from the outside looking in. I get it. I know how it looks. It looks like it's total bullshit. It does. I know it does. Because we are truly this consistent. And I can tell you right now, it's a lot different than what you see on social media in a good way. It's hard to get through to people, right? Like on social media, you have to, in some ways you have to be loud, you know, like that's not the best way of putting it, but people have very little attention span. And there's so much content that's out there. You need to be able to stick out. So again, don't judge a book by its cover. Come see for yourself, because everything I do post on social media, maybe you don't like the way I go about it, but those charts with those levels and those executions and those trade plans are 100% what happened legitimately.
Yeah.
And I don't just call these trades. I'm not a professional stock caller. I trade these. No, I'm not just calling them. I'm personally trading them from a real live account. I post my entries for the members and I show people exactly how to do this. It's not about alerts, it's about education. And before Tricktrades, I don't know who else was doing it. I don't.
Yeah.
Like good, proper education, like legitimate education, not buy the breakout, short the first red day nonsense bullshit. Right? So I think, you know, to wrap this up, if you want quality, come to Tricktrades, period. You know, seek out the companies and the businesses that are trying to provide quality, not quantity, not catering to the 90%. If you're part of the 10%, the ones that are successful and have that successful mindset, seek out businesses like that.
Yeah.
That's where you should invest your capital into building your capital, is get involved with companies like that, because they're only going to get better. They'll never be stagnant.
Yeah.
Tricktrades will never remain stagnant. Never.
Yeah.
Never. We're always growing, always trying new things, always doing new different.
Go out there and go join another service and see what it's like, and come here and see how different it really is.
Oh, I can actually read you something. I'm going to read this before we wrap it up. I'm going to read you a DM. I won't show it on screen share, but I'm going to read it. One sec. Hey, Pat, I see you posting people's commentary, praising Tricktrades. I wanted to echo it for you. I have taken what you teach and I'm able to find areas of support and resistance very easily. My biggest problem is pulling the trigger. I joined Elite Options 3 weeks ago to try something new and hoped that trying a different service would smarten me up. But they are mainly looking for calls and don't really give any good trade ideas. I'm still going through some personal struggles and saved up enough for 1 month at Elite. And I will say they have nothing on Tricktrades. They don't really give out much for trade plans, and there is no educational videos. Once I'm done there, hopefully I'll be able to come back to Tricktrades, but I'll have to do some saving up first.
Well, there you go.
Right there, folks. I have literally, that's not the only message like that. I have so many people that hit me up that think the grass is greener on the other side. They think it's a sales pitch when I tell them, don't bother going anywhere else, right? Because that's what new traders do. They think it's always better somewhere else. And then it only sets them further behind. If you just stuck with me, you would be there by now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You know, but I have so many of these messages that people always come back because they see the garbage that's out there. All of these places, they don't give any education. If you want legitimate Ivy League quality education, that is an actual legitimate strategy, we're it. Yeah, you know what? I got tattoos. I swear, I cuss all the time. You know, I'm not clean cut. But who fucking cares if I can show you how to do this?
Yeah.
Right? Like if I can show you how to do this, why
Who
would
would want to hang out with these guys? I mean, come on, look at them. I mean, come on.
Listen, if I can do it, fucking anybody can do it.
Right?
Yeah. But it's true though. Same with me. I could say that about myself. If I could do it, anyone can do it. Like straight up. The only thing you need to do is fucking listen, trust what I say, trust that I'm not here to fuck anyone around, and that I do legitimately have your best interest at heart, and I want you to succeed. But you got to listen, and you got to trust me, and you got to zip the fucking lip, shut the trap, turn on your ears, and that's it. Just listen what I say, and you're gonna be just fine. Right?
If you take this education and you can get out of your own way, you'd have the world by its balls.
World by the balls, man. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a little catchphrase on the homepage. If you go to the homepage, scroll down a little bit, it says, it's in quotes and it's from Pat. It says, if I don't teach it, you don't need it. And that pretty much,
that's right.
I mean, if you don't believe it, then go somewhere else and check it out. But I guarantee you'll come back and you'll kick yourself in the ass for making that jump. You know what I mean?
I don't teach about options Greeks. I don't even talk about them. I don't use them. I don't talk about level 2 or the tape or order flow. I don't use it. This is as stripped back as you can possibly make it.
Yeah.
Period. And it works very well.
Yeah.
It works because you don't need all that noise. The people that introduce noise into their charts and into their trading, I'm telling you guys, man, if you saw their actual fucking accounts or you saw their win percentage, they're legitimate. They're not making it. They're not consistent. Go out and seek out an actual, like a fucking legitimate, like big wig trader and see how many indicators and shit they've got on their charts. None. They don't. It's simple support and resistance, but I'll teach you exactly how to execute that support and resistance with an actual strategy, not setups. Strategy. So I know it kind of turned into a little bit of a sales pitch, and I don't mean it to. I really don't. When I say that, I fucking mean that. I don't mean it to turn into a sales pitch, because it's not. It's about trying to get through to people that if you are a part of the 10%, meaning a successful person or wanting to be a part of the 10%, this is it. You're looking at the face that's going to fucking show you. It may be ugly as fuck and you may not like it. You may not like the way I speak. You may not like the way I look, but I can show you how to do it. So if you want to be a part of it, be a part of it. If not, good luck to you, man. Because I know what's out there and it's dog shit that's out there, right? But I think on that note, folks, we're going to wrap this up. Okay, guys.
Sweet.
I was just about to say, Tino, like you can use your words, man. Like, fuck.
What's that?
Never mind. Jesus.
What? Come through the screen.
Nothing. Okay, guys. Have a good one.
All right, later, people.
Later.